1993. The year that President Bill Clinton first took office. We got movies like Nightmare Before Christmas and Jurassic Park. We got TV shows like Frasier and X-Files. We got songs like I Will Always Love You, and whoop, there it is. And in the fall of 1993, we got Animaniacs. This show is still in my top 5 of my favorite cartoons of all time. The writing is excellent. The animation is reminiscent of the old Looney Tunes cartoons. And the music is memorable. And that's what we're talking about today. The music of Animaniacs. The music of Animaniacs is very special. It's clever and well written. And it's also very memorable. Go back to any cartoon series at that time. Can you remember any songs outside of their theme song? Tiny Toons had some. The Little Mermaid series had some. But can you actually remember them like you do Animaniacs? I bet the answer is no. And that is probably because Animaniacs' execution of these songs is very clever. And that's probably because a lot of times, the songs aren't part of a story. They're their own thing. And that's what makes them stand out among the other shows that has songs. So I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite Animaniacs songs. I know there are going to be a couple surprises in here. And there's going to be a lot of no duh. And I am very well aware that my top 10 is not your top 10. And that's okay. Everybody has their own opinion and everyone has their own likes. And I can respect people for that. So without further ado, here is my top 10 favorite songs of Animaniacs. Number 10. There's Only One of You. Fun fact. This song was released on CD 4 years before making it to the show. It was part of one of the last episodes of Animaniacs, and it was clear why it was. The show was being canceled, and the producers needed an episode to release all the songs that hadn't made it to the show yet. That is how we ended up with the two-parter, Hooray for North Hollywood. An episode that was a mess. They summed up the plot pretty well in the previously on Animaniacs spot in the second episode.
We want to make a movie!
You can't make a movie!
We want to make a movie!
You can't make a movie!
We want to make a movie!
You can't make a movie!
That was pretty much it. For a full half hour.
Yep, that's pretty much it, with all the songs inserted throughout, and most of them didn't connect with the plot. LA Dot, It's New Year's Eve, You've Got to Do the Smooze, and of course There's Only One of You. These songs were forced into this episode. There's Only One of You was so misplaced that they had to find an excuse to put it in.
Spielberg's gonna direct.
That's good!
But not this picture.
That's bad!
But we've got Zemeckis.
That's good!
It's Freddie Zemeckis from accounting.
That's bad!
We've cut the budget to the bare bones.
That's good!
It'll cost $100 million.
That's bad!
What would you say if I stopped talking?
That's good!
What if we just start singing?
That's bad!
Now the song itself is great. It's catchy and upbeat. It talks about individuality. Not only that, but it had interesting facts about plants, animals, people, and more. Facts that, according to Animaniacs Wiki, are wrong. Because wiki pages are always right. But hey, kids aren't going to use this for a science test. Get over yourself and be entertained. I really enjoy the songs for various reasons. It just makes you feel good. And if I didn't enjoy this song, it wouldn't be at my number 10.
In fact, you're kind of weird.
But we like you just the same.
'Cause you're the only one of you there are. Ba-ba-doom, ba-ba-doom, ba-ba-doo-ba.
Number 9. A Quake, a Quake.
On a starlit winter night, when the moon was shining bright, back in January of 1994. At 4:30 in the morning, and without a single warning, something strange began to move the floor. A quake, the house begins to shake, You're bouncing across the floor and watching all your dishes break.
You want to talk about a fun song to watch? A Quake is a fine example. The lyrics, the visuals, the melody, they're all wonderful. Let's talk about the melody for a second. For the longest time, I was trying to figure out where I heard this melody before. It's from The Wizard of Oz, in the background. So we go from a tornado to another natural disaster. Yakko, Wacko, and Dot sing about what happens in an earthquake during an earthquake. Now there are two versions of the song. The first is from the album Yakko's World. The second is the one that we see on television. The lyrics are changed in the TV version to talk about Burbank in California. It actually takes away from the song. This was a problem with the later seasons of the show. It became too Hollywood and too localized. Which, yeah, I know this is what the show was about. But the first season had historical figures, and the Warners left the Warner lot a lot more. It became too over the kids' heads. And that is the problem with the TV version of A Quake. It became too over the kids' heads when they localized it, instead of using the original. Does that make the TV version a bad song? Nope! It's still a very good song and very entertaining to watch. I just prefer the album version better.
Several city blocks. LA town is falling down while the ground moves around. We won't let it get us down. We're Californians.
Number 8. Video Review. Don't you just love homages? This whole episode is one big homage to the classic Looney Tunes short, Book Review, where we are in a bookstore and all the books come to life in clever ways. Mostly puns, but it's still clever. Plus, Daffy Duck was there. Video Review is the same concept, but with videos instead of books. However, it is hard to copy the success of Book Review. But they tried. It's just half the time they do play on words in Book Review, and they can't really do that in Video Review. Not when all the characters' looks are established. But this is where the song comes in. It has some very clever wordplay. The song itself saved the episode. Clever lyrics and music and visuals. It's an all-around fun song.
And pretty soon you'll find them all inside the TV guide, along with all the stars you like to see.
Number 7.
And now, the nations of the world, brought to you by Yakko Warner.
This is probably the very first Animaniacs song or any clip from the show I've ever saw. The brilliant marketers at Fox Kids used this song as advertising in between shows to get kids excited about the show. The song is very clever and uses the Mexican hat dance very well. I could never keep up with this song and would always get lost right around Costa Rica. I don't know how Rob Paulsen has always been able to sing this song from memory, even with the added countries. It's very clever in its execution. It's educational and entertaining, which is hard to do. But Animaniacs was one of those shows that does an amazing job with both. From the show's standpoint, this song is iconic. So much so that they parodied it with all of the words in the English language song. Educational, entertaining, iconic. Yakko's World is hands down the most memorable song from Animaniacs.
China, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, Laos, and Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippine Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, and Borneo, and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria, Ghana.
Number 6. Wacko's America. Now, why on earth would I put this song over Yakko's World? Well, that's easy. The visuals are better, and I can sing along with the lyrics, unlike Yakko's World. Again, the tune is catchy as it's a rendition of Turkey in the Straw. Now, unlike Yakko and Yakko's World, Wacko plays with his map a little bit more. Instead of just pointing to the map like Yakko did, Wacko actually entered the map. Unfortunately, the song was kind of part of a story plot. Yeah, it was part of a mock game show of Jeopardy! And the joke at the end is Wacko failed to answer in the form of a question. The whole game show thing felt like it kinda didn't need to be there. However, it's not very often that someone gets one over on a Warner. Number 5. The entire episode of Les Miserables. Yeah, I know this is a cheat, but it's a musical parody that's too good to ignore. Now for the record, there were 3 or 4 musical parodies in Animaniacs, and it was really hard to decide which one to put here. It was a toss-up between Les Miserables and Pigeon on the Roof. I picked Les Miserables because it was a lot more clever and a lot more fun. It was also the very first Rita and Runt cartoon I saw, so I was very confused. Also, fun fact, I've never seen Les Miserables, but with this episode, that doesn't matter. The story is understandable and the songs were awesome. You know you've got something special when I set this as one of my ringtones.
Bitten in the butt, got an for tear, took a little nibble from a derriere. I will get you in the end, dog. You'll regret you bit me, chum. Oh, I am so irritated, I got bitten in the bum.
The story gets you hooked right off the bat, and the songs make sense. This is the problem with some of the other musical parodies. The songs don't move the story along. The songs in Les Miserables didn't do that. This episode also played to one's feelings by using Bernadette Peters as Rita singing There's a Flat in Gay Paris. But Rita and Runt cartoons are designed to pull at your heartstrings. And while it is true that there are better Rita and Runt songs, humans don't mean that much to me and somewhere come to mind. The reason why I like There Is a Flat, that it is complemented by all the other songs in the episode. And Rita and Runt have always had strong episodes. And Les Miserables is on the top of that list. Number 4. What Are We? Believe it or not, this is from the second episode of Animaniacs I ever saw. If you don't include the cold opening and the Yakko's World advertisement, it's the very first Animaniacs music video I ever saw. It's a list song, meaning it just lists a bunch of animals' names, trying to figure out what the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister are. But that's not necessarily a problem. A list song is a song that will refer to something that just is a list of random things. Weird Al Yankovic is notorious for this. However, I love this song. I'm not gonna lie. It's cute how Yakko, Wacko, and Dot go through the motions of trying to figure out what they are. Only their original animator knows for sure. The animation is playful. The lyrics are great, even though it's another list song. But this time it makes sense, as each of the Warner siblings go from one animal to another. And again, it doesn't matter because in the end, they are what they are. And again, only the original animator would know what they actually are. But he's kind of in the funny farm now.
We're having soup today!
So he ain't telling. Simply put, this song has good lyrics, good animation, and good storytelling. That's why it's one of the songs on the top.
We're not bees and we're not cats or bugs or horses or things like that. What we are is clear and absolute. What we are, dear doctor,
It's cute.
I'm sorry I asked.
Number 3. I'm Mad. Now, I'm sure only childs will not get this. Well, maybe if they ride with their cousins or something like this. But when you ride in a car with your brothers and sisters when you were younger, there's no doubt that you would get into a fight with each other. And that's the very essence of I'm Mad. It's pretty much a car ride to a circus with the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister arguing all the way there. What's great about this song is so many people can relate to it. And it also should be noted that this is a rarity for Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. Like when I said in Wacko's America, it's very rare that somebody gets one over on a Warner. But it is also very rare to see them get in an argument. All 3 of them are usually in perfect sync with each other. They play off of each other so well, and they know each other so well, that it's hard to get into an argument with each other. So when you have a music video like this, then it's kind of a special moment. Also, you probably noticed that this video is in letterbox form. That's because it's probably the only Animaniacs anything to actually be in theaters. Yeah, that's right. This music video actually came out alongside of the theatrical release of Thumbelina. Okay, so they don't get to pick which movie they are released with. And in case you didn't know, Thumbelina kind of flopped. And the following fall, I'm Mad got released on television. Great song for those people who remember the I'm not touching you thing with your sister. Or brother. Or whatever you had.
Yes, you did.
All right, that's it now. I forbid either one of you to say another word.
Are we there yet? I'm tired, I'm hungry. How far? My nose is snotty, need to move my body. Gotta use the potty, better stop the car.
Number 2. The Presidents. Out of all the list songs that are on this list, this is my favorite, and that is because of the animation style. I'm not sure if they did this on purpose or not, but the animation style that they use for the Presidents reminds me a lot of the old Monty Python Flying Circus animations. I also think that this is the only list song that I can fully sing all the way through. Hi-ho, do you know the names of the U.S. residents who then became the presidents and got a view of the White House too? It's gonna clash with the background. No, I know it's outdated. You don't have Bush, Obama, or Trump. And that's okay because I prefer to remember things before 9/11. Those were happier times. It's a fun use of the Lone Ranger theme, and it's very clever, especially when they go into the historical facts. And I said it before, I'll say it again. If you want a child to learn, but they have a problem learning through reading and lectures, put what you're teaching to song. A lot of the stuff I learned is through Schoolhouse Rocks. I learned about the states and the capitals and the presidents through Animaniacs. Animation is an amazing tool, and if it's done right, you can entertain and educate at the same time. That's why both Schoolhouse Rocks and Animaniacs are fondly remembered. And you certainly don't have to talk down to kids while doing it.
Up to bat comes old Abe Lincoln. There's a guy who's really thinking.
Kept the United States from shrinking, saved the ship of state from sinking.
There's the A, that's first. There's a C, that's next. There's an M, you're almost done. There's the E, it's last. Now spell it out. A-C-M-E, that's fun.
No, backwards!
I'm cute. Yes, it's true. I really can't help it, but what can I do when you're cute? It just shows. With these two darling eyes and this cute little nose and a pretty pink dress that's adorable, yes. And when they see my dimples, then everyone says, oh, shoot.
Isn't she cute?
Cute, cute, oh, isn't she cute? Cute, cute. There once was a man, his name was Magellan, a Portuguese skipper, the girls found him cute. He sailed with 5 ships to find the East Indies, then come back to Spain with a bounty of loot. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, oh happy Magellan, starting your journey with hardly a care. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, strong brave Magellan, you'll find the East Indies, you just don't know where.
One Monday morning, I got up late, and there were these monkeys outside the gate. The guard tried to stop somebody, had no luck. The monkeys got free and they ran amok. I don't know what to say, the monkeys won't do.
Don't know what to say, the monkeys won't do.
I don't know what to say, the monkeys won't do.
Don't know what to say, the monkeys won't do.
If I were the gut pigeon, cooey, 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 fettuccine, cream sauce, parmesan. All the time I'd... If I were the gut pigeon, ba-da-bing!
Come in, be a smarty. The shindig's about to starty.
The gang's all here.
Let's give a cheer
For the big rap party tonight. There's cow galore.
So open the door
To the big rap party tonight.
if you want the poop.
Or you need the scoop on Hollywood Town this week. You're gonna have to learn to talk that variety speak.
Humans ain't what they seem to be. They don't mean that much to me. No, not much at all. When you're little and tiny, they pet your cute hiney. But then when you grow, it's a simple no-show. It's shoo-shoo off this, and don't you dare scratch on that. If they call you at all, it's always dumb cat.
I am now your king.
He is now our king.
Yes, I am now your king. Repeat what I just said.
Repeat what I just said.
And let the anvils ring. Got a tramp steamer, my ship's called Hal.
40 miles on the Panama Canal.
Got a cargo of sodas, they are locale.
40 miles on the Panama Canal.
Sailing across the Caribbean Sea to the Pacific in a jiffy through Panama, but not on land. I'd look silly with my ship in the sand.
And the number one Animaniacs song is Yakko's Universe. From the moment this song starts, you can tell that this is going to be something amazing. From Wacko and Dot playing in the snow to Yakko introducing himself and singing. This is a song that just gets you into a mood. This is not only a song that has great lyrics, but has great musical accompaniment as well. And the visuals are great, as the music matches the snow scene perfectly. Moving beyond that, we have great lyrics, as Yakko starts singing about how small and insignificant we really are, as to compare to the rest of the universe. And as he's singing it, we see these great visuals from the planets to the stars and to even Halley's Comet. But this goes to show that Warner Brothers knew how to convey emotion through animation, music, and lyrics. If I do have one gripe, it's the recycled animation from the Planet song, which is kind of interesting because this music video came out first on broadcast television. So if you want a song to sit back and relax to, and that makes fun of Mickey Rooney's size, then Yakko's Universe is the one for you.
In a panoramic trillion-mile view.
It's a great big universe and we're all really puny. We're just tiny little specks about the size of Mickey Rooney. Though we don't know how it got here, we're an important part here. It's a big universe and it's ours.
Did you enjoy these songs? Would you like to watch them be performed live? Join Trish McNeil, Rob Paulson, and Jess Harnell as they perform with most of these songs' creator, Randy Rogel, with Animaniacs Live in Concert. For more information, or to see if there's a concert going on near you, go to robpaulsonlive.com and go to Live Appearances. Link will be in the description.